Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graham Nichols.
Hey everybody, Brent Wallace alongside with Graham Nichols as Jason York should have had a bike, as I told him, because he's caught in traffic trying to get back from the golf course.
Did he go to Preston again? What's going on?
I don't. He was on the bridge when he called me. So we'll see how this plays out.
Unbelievable.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This show brought to you by Bet365. Shortly, Carolina Hurricanes assistant GM Tyler Dellow will join us. I don't know if he'll have the cup with him, but he is going to join us as we look forward to having a chat with him. Lots going on, Graham.
You know what's going to happen? As soon as Yorkie jumps on, we're going to be talking 30 minutes of Ottawa traffic. Guaranteed.
Well, again, I'm going to mute his mic today. I don't have time for it. I'm still a little edgy about the whole trade with Brady. I will mute him.
You on edge about a trade? Come on. Lots happened today, though. Like tons happened today.
I know, and I'm still bothered by it. Well, now that Brady's on his U.S. media tour, I'm
had his introductory press conference where I saw like Bill Zito and Brady are on the dais, and if the camera panned out, I'm sure you would have seen Matthew and Keith in the crowd asking questions.
That'd be so good. The only thing I didn't like, and I know because people are upset with what he had said, and plus we got to still talk about Steve Staios' comments yesterday, is that on their podcast, Matthew starts in, man, it's been a dream to play together. This is so exciting. And Brady goes, no, it's just I wanted to play for the Florida Panthers. It didn't matter that you were here. And then 5 minutes later, they're both saying how great it is to play together and that it's been a dream. Can you just be honest for 10 seconds? That's all. Anyway.
And it kind of flies in the face of what Steve Staios said yesterday during his availability, right? Like he just said this is it. He had one team on his list. It was Florida. He wanted to play with his brother. So like why the performative nonsense that it was just had nothing to do with Matthew. It had nothing to do with anything. It's like let's be real for a second. This move and this request for a trade at this moment was all about the Tkachuk brand and building the Tkachuk brand.
100%. And
it's the Tkachuk brand, and he is the ambassador for American hockey right now. And this is what this is.
I'd said it weeks ago that this was about a brand, if not back in March, that this is a brand in the U.S. to be the face of hockey. That's all. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why you're getting credit. I don't know what you're getting credit for. Graham called it. Just nailed it again.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
It's about to be blocked and banned.
Shower me with credit, because Wally doesn't give it to me, so I need it.
One quick question from the I to the C to the E. I just want to call him the y'all think Brady changed after the Josh Norris trade? Broke his heart worse than Brent's. I don't think he changed after the trade.
I don't think so either. Like he was the same. It was just the same. It's just like I think this year, and I think you hit the nail on the head when we talked on the pod. There's a disconnect for whatever reason this season. He just wasn't as available. He wasn't around as much. Just seemed ornery at times. Yeah, but there was a lot of distraction. Like there was stuff that was going on, and I wrote this in my article for the Hockey News. And if people haven't checked it out, please do. You can find it over there in the Ottawa Senators section. But like, there's a lot of stuff that happened this year. A lot of distractions. Some of it self-inflicted, other parts not. And it just seemed like every so often. So I just got a message from Tyler Dellow. He says, I'm trying to join, but he's running into some issues.
All good.
Yeah. But it just seems like every so often with Brady, there was just like a distraction, another distraction. And whether it was like a Larry Brooks trade rumor thing that everybody felt obligated to ask Brady about. Sorry, dead.
Are you just going to stop talking mid-sentence?
Yeah, it's just Tyler Dellow was just texting me. So
hang on. All right, Jake, I'm going to take care of some stuff. You can deal with that. This show brought to you by Shoeless Joe's in Kempville and in Orleans. Don't forget, if you order spicy Wally hot sauce, I will include the salty Wally $25 gift certificate for Shoeless Joe's, which the Mugmobile is going out later today. Also, they have daily deals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday. As of today, it is wings on Tuesday. Also, this show brought to you by BEI, Bonisher Excavating Inc., helping you shape the Ottawa Valley. All your aggregate supply needs, even if you want to get your driveway redone, give them a call. 613-432-1120 or go to bonisherexcavating.com. And as always, please slow down in construction zones. And by BTP, Beyond the Pale. Two great locations, as we always say. 250 City Center, be great day to be on a patio. And, of course, 21 George Street in the Byward Market. Great food, great atmosphere, and, of course, great bevies. Check them out, btpshop.ca. And now I'd like to welcome in one of our other guests on today's show, golfer extraordinaire, Jason York.
Gentlemen.
You made it back.
So,
gentlemen, top of the muffin to you, but top of the afternoon to you, fellas. What did I miss?
was it Preston? Was it Preston level of traffic or what?
Wasn't too bad. Actually, I probably usually, you know what? Usually a little bit more hectic than that, fellas.
Well, then, so were you just slow today? Did you put your ball in the fairway, or were you?
No comment, Wally. There's no comment. I will take the fifth. I will take the fifth on why it was slow out there today.
Are you? Do you play ready golf?
Yeah, I don't take practice swings. Like, if you're going to take a practice swing in golf, you better hit a good shot. Because what's the point of a practice swing if you're not going to hit a good shot, right?
And how long are your reads on the green?
I will read my putts while other guys are putting. So I like to walk around because everybody always stoops down and takes a look at the line. You can't tell how the putt's breaking unless you go from behind, Graham. So I take a little meander around the back while everybody else is putting, and then I'm ready to go. I don't like slow play. If all things you're considering and there's nobody in front of us, we play in about 340. Today,
that's good.
Yeah, today a little bit slower.
So I have some intel as we discuss one former Ottawa Senator captain, that two former Ottawa Senator captains were teeing it up on Sunday or Saturday at the old course.
Yeah, I saw that. Alfie and Carl were on the tee with loyal listener William Johnston, good friend of mine. That's usually the threesome, and usually Sean Malhotra jumps in there. That's usually the foursome there. But Billy loves Billy, Wally.
Yeah.
The RCA master, which I hear we're going to be doing a show on that.
We don't. I don't know if we just said so. If here, well, you know what, Wally, if you are in the chat, if you want to talk about finances, because we discuss all the time about how it's better to be in Florida, tax-free, all that. But there are a lot of things called RCAs, for example, that make it very competitive to play in Canada. So,
Wally,
the finances, let me know.
The Florida tax option is the laziest argument that people that don't really know make about the NHL, because there's guys that do tax planning, and a lot of guys did it. I did it. It's actually, and people probably are saying how more beneficial to play in Canada.
So so I've always wanted to do the show. I just don't know if people are like, but you can show that it's competitive to play north of the border, despite what all the rest.
Are we doing an accounting show? We're doing an accounting show.
I think it's important sometimes. It's not because you and I have sat and discussed this. It's not that boring when you can discuss exactly how all things play out. I could
tell you because I did that kind of tax planning when I'm like Exhibit A.
Yeah.
And this isn't coming from like, I heard that you can do this, or my uncle's cousin's brother told me that I know some guys that do this. No, it's true. So the argument, you always hear this, right? Well, you don't want to play in Canada because of the taxes. It's a lazy argument. That's actually not true.
It is.
Well, how about we ask a front office member of the Carolina Hurricanes about that?
He's too busy talking about the cup, and I don't blame him.
Oh, he should be having fun right now, Graham.
Let's bring him into the fold, Jake.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, no, doing good. It's no fun for us yet. This is for the players and coaches. We've still got the draft and free agency. So mid July, we'll have some fun.
Yeah,
So
Tyler, you look like you're grinding right now. You're in an all white office, just crunching numbers and figuring out what you guys are gonna like. Does it ever stop for you guys?
In July, yeah, middle of July. No, for us, because of the timing this year, and our American League team had a tremendously successful year too. They just wrapped up on last Friday. They unfortunately lost to Toronto in the Calder Cup final. So we are jamming 2 months of work into this week to just get ready for the draft and free agency and get guys signed. So yeah, no, this week has been a real grind so far.
What was like the first 24 hours or 48 hours like after that win?
It's pretty cool.
Are you allowed to discuss that?
Yeah, no, it's pretty. Yeah, I'm allowed to because I'm old and I went home at a good time. The guys who are out till 3 a.m. maybe they're a little quieter on what happened, but no, it's tremendous. Like you go on the ice and like I told a friend, like I sort of spent the final kind of alternating between, we're gonna lose this and I'll be on my deathbed thinking, my God, we had a chance to win a Stanley Cup and didn't do it. Versus, holy cow, we're going to do it. And, in game 6, as we got close to the end, you sort of realize like we're in a suite in Vegas, and in the suite next to us was the NHL personnel like Gary Bettman and Bill Daly. And with like 10 minutes left, they leave, and you know what they're doing, right? They're going down to get ready. And you're just sitting there watching the clock tick down and the puck goes in. And it really is like, if you're lucky enough to do it, it's unbelievable. You're on the ice, with, like, the team that we'd sort of, put together and then done all this with, and then your family's out there. And we had a great party in Vegas and then flew back the next day. And we were at a bar here, and it was just crazy. Like the street around the bar was full of people. And so our guys were running up and jumping on planters and celebrating. So it really is just sort of a nonstop. It's awesome because my family's here, and it's awesome for, just to share it with people.
I'm just curious about like how much work you have to do, because at the podium, Nick Delorier was announced as extending, and like you're the capologist guy. Like, how soon was it done before the Cup? Like, take me through just how much work was going on while you're still trying to enjoy the Cup.
So I think we did a couple signings during the playoffs, and we usually will announce them. Right, Mark Jankowski got done during the playoffs. And then we announced it. Like we tried to bug the players during the rounds, but just the way it worked out this year, we had some time between rounds so we could get some stuff done. And we did the same thing last year with Taylor and somebody else. Freddie. Yeah. So we'll do some of that during the rounds. And then, when you're actually playing, when you're not having games, you're sort of focused on the free agency, but you're not bugging the players. I think in Nick's case, we talked to his agent and we had a pretty good sense of what it was going to be. And we knew that he fit well with the group, and it came together really quickly, and Eric thought the parade would be a good place to announce it. And I think it was, yeah.
It's not bad. Speaking just quickly about the Cap, there's a million things I got to ask you, but I want to ask you just perhaps an outside reaction to the Brady Tkachuk trade, if you're allowed to comment on it. But as the capologist, like how much do you know the CBA? Do you know it inside out? It's about, I think it's 500 pages.
So I actually used to practice law, and one of the jokes about practicing law is that you don't necessarily need to know all the law, you just need to know where to find it. So what I've gotten pretty good at is knowing what the table of contents looks like. And then the stuff you come back to over and over and over, you tend to know. But yeah, no, there's a lot of, for me, the table of contents. It's actually funny. We've got a wonderful young intern this year, and one of the projects he did for me was take the table of contents and just annotate it with the various the MOUs that they have, because we have a CBA that was written in 2013, and then there was a memorandum of understanding in 2020, and then a new one in 2025 that have changed it. So this gives me one document that lets me know where to look for everything. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot to figure out how to find stuff in.
Tyler, I wanted to ask you this one. I've been talking a lot about Rod Brindamore the last couple of years. You just look at the way the climate is now in the NHL with the players. The power's kind of shifted. The players have a lot of power, so it's never been tougher to coach. Like for coaches, you got to find a way to motivate, be hard, but not too hard. But I always found with me, And I always bring up Barry Trotz as an example. For me, the best coaches were the guys that made you think as a player that they were right beside you in the fight, that they cared about you. And once you knew that, you would go through a wall for your coach. When I see Rod, Tyler, I see that. And then I see after, like, the comments from Jordan, the comments from, I saw Aho right after the game, those two hugging on the bench, like some great, they had some great pictures on the Canadian feed. But I don't know, maybe just tell me a little bit about Rod and an inside, as much as you can disclose, on what he means to the players there.
I think it's a great question. He's really I think the environment he's built, and he and particularly the players who've been here for a long time. Like, I think we have 5. Actually, I won't guess. I know we have a bunch of guys who've been here the whole time with him, and they've really built like a cool environment. And yeah, like, you're right. Like, the players, and I don't necessarily see those interactions, but they consistently talk about, like, he cares about those people, he cares about their families. He's got all these good things, and like, I do think that's something that really stands out about our team, is it's such a family environment. Like, you'll always see kids running around the dressing room here. And, after games, you'll see our social media people will put video up of Rod speaking to the team. And if you look in the background, there's always a bunch of kids there. And, it's a great environment, right? And it's, Rod talks about, stacking memories and, stuff with your family and how important it is. And that's really, like, I don't know, that's a message that resonates with people, I think. Like, I have kids, that resonates with me. So it doesn't surprise me. It resonates with the players. And, you layer on that we have had some success. And, I think it's, Rod's a big part of it. And it's just, it's a place you want to be. And it's probably a situation you want to be in for most people.
Yeah. How cathartic is it? Like I met you over the postseason, and you kind of touched upon it briefly, but like Carolina had a run of just disappointments, like very, very strong teams, like really strong analytical teams, great metrics and everything else, but just heartbreak every year, whether there was injuries or just tough matchups or what have you. Like, how cathartic, obviously winning the cup is just the pinnacle of the sport, but like, how cathartic is it to, like, overcome all those hardships that you guys have endured over the years?
Well, so I guess first I'll just say, like, for me, it's just like, it's like a real feeling of peace. Cause it's like, I've been around hockey now for like 40 years, and like, not everybody gets to do it, right? Like, there's no guarantees when you get involved in this that you're going to get that day. And, you can do great things, and, the wrong guy gets hurt at the wrong time, and you never get there. And so it's such a, it's almost a relief to know that, when I'm 80 years old now on my deathbed, I won't be thinking, oh God, I never won the Stanley Cup. So there is kind of an element of that. Like, I don't know if that's catharsis as much as just relief. As far as the team, like, it's funny. I was with New Jersey in 22-23, and they beat us, and they're a great team. And like, they just went to the conference final, and just nothing went in. I think Bobrovsky had an unbelievable year. So I don't know if it's catharsis, but I suspect for the people who've been here a long time, it's just, it all mattered. It all was relevant. It all was important. We did anyway, but this is just that capstone, right? Like, it all came together, and we don't have to say anymore. Nobody's won more playoff games than us, except for the Stanley Cup, like, in the last 8 years or whatever. Like, now we're just part of that group. And it is a tremendous, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
Can you tell us why Ottawa was the toughest opponent you had in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year?
I can't tell you. So, it's funny. They were a great team. Like, Rod, after that Florida series I mentioned, Rod had a quote where he said, "Oh, it's a sweep, but it wasn't really a sweep." And everybody made fun of him. And like, his point was that, like, it was 4 really close games. And like, I don't know, man. I look at that series, I think the Sens had some misfortune. Like, I talked about how you have to be lucky. Like, the Sens had some misfortune with the wrong people getting injured. And, like that game 2 in Carolina, like, guys were hitting posts in overtime, and, we just were the ones that happened to get the goal. I think, there's reason to think Ottawa is a top 5 or 6 team in the league right now. And, like, they reminded me a lot of the 06 Oilers, just in the sense that they had some goaltending struggles. And once that straightened out, all of a sudden, oh boy, that's a really good hockey team. So, without commenting on anyone else's team, like, they gave us a real fight, and 4-0 was probably not a real reflection of what that series was.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a move like yesterday's trade, but like Brady Tkachuk goes at the door, what's your reaction as a GM of a team in the Eastern Conference that sees kind of like another like shift in power like that?
You'd have to ask Eric. I'm an assistant GM, so yeah, that's
okay. But was there a text between the two of you going, "Holy"?
Yeah, no, I think absolutely. Whenever you see trades like that, like it's a big thing. But we know that we want to do this again next year, and we're going to have to beat a bunch of great teams. And so I guess I almost don't worry about it as much. Like I know whoever it is, there's going to be great teams in front of us, and it sounds like a cliche, but I'm just sort of focused on what's our team going to look like, and the other teams will do what they do.
But there was a report that Carolina was on Brady's original list of teams. Did those discussions with you ever get far along?
That's something that that's a question for Eric. Those questions.
Why would you tinker with what Carolina's got right now, Graham? Like, come on. I want to ask you, Tyler, that trade, the Rantanen trade, and you guys bring in Stankoven, like the homework that must have been done on Stankoven, little guy, super competitive. Did you guys ever foresee him projecting this high this quickly? Because he's still a really young guy, and to have the playoff he did, like he very easily could have been in the running for the Conn Smythe. That's how good he was, at least in my opinion.
Yep.
Like when you guys made that trade, I guess, was he a guy that said he's got to be in the trade?
Yeah, I think that was a player that we wanted. In fact, the guy who deserves a lot of credit for that inside our organization is a guy named Chris Huffine, who video coach. And, when he's not making a bunch of great challenges, which he did in the playoffs, or which he, initiated or encouraged Rod to make in the playoffs, he'll look at players and stuff. And in that case, like he was like, this guy is a Carolina Hurricane. And,
really?
He plays the way we want to play. And, real dog on a bone kind of guy. And like absolutely, like a lot of skill. And that line with him and Taylor Hall and Jason Blake, I think was kind of a bit of a X factor for us, just in terms of it's a third line you can put over the boards that has a lot of scoring threat. And that's something that makes it hard for teams to match up with you.
Yeah. Tyler, like you come from an analytical background, just with the blog work and stuff that you did before landing in front offices. Can you speak about the importance of those scouts? Like you talk about strong metrics, but guys have to fit the way that you play, right? You can't just bring in someone who's got strong metrics elsewhere and then assume it's going to work out perfectly.
Absolutely. No, I think that's a big thing, especially like with us, like we play a little differently, and, Rod will ask guys to do things. And, there's nothing wrong with not being a player who doesn't fit in every city. Like most players, there is a place where they'll do best. And, that's something that I think Eric gets miscast a bit sometimes. Oh, as a data guy. Like he's very interested in, what do our scouts see? What do our, will this guy fit, with how we play? I don't think we need to worry as much about, will guys fit in here? Because we got a pretty good group of guys and it's a great place to live. But, are you a good fit for how we want to play? And if we can do that, we're hopeful that sometimes we can put guys into situations where they can really succeed and have as much success as they can. And I think that is a focus for us.
Do you think you guys get miscast as this analytics group that's sitting around a computer staring at numbers and like you're Brad Pitt in Moneyball? Right? Like, and I mean this completely, like that becomes almost, but I don't think that's and you brought it up about agent or scouts. Like, I don't think it's fair for you guys. I'm just curious of what you think the perception is.
I'm sure there's some perception of that. I don't really think that that's what we are. Like yesterday, like we're doing stuff right now, and I spent 45 minutes yesterday watching video of a defenseman handling the puck with the guy who's in charge, Chris Abbott, who leads our pro scouting group. So, it's actually funny. Like if you see, we have an internal web app, and one of the things that, the guys have done a great job of with that is integrating video into it. So you can go look at video. Oh, this guy does this. Let's look at video. So, and again, I don't want to speak for Eric, but I think he agrees with me on this point. Like part of what you're doing when you lead an organization like this is you're trying to build consensus. And, for people like he or I who come from a different background, we'd better get pretty comfortable being able to go, look, this is what we see in the video, or this is the issue. And that's, sometimes how it's easier to communicate it to people who come from different backgrounds.
I need you to put on your athletic hat for a minute, if you can.
Okay.
Because I want you to try and explain to me, if I am a neophyte, when it comes to analytics,
Yep.
what is the one thing I should look at or that tells me the best thing about something? Like, does that make, like, you can look at it, well, it's expected goals for, or it's, I'm just curious of what you think is important, if that makes sense.
So it's funny, like at the end of the day, the teams that outshoot their opponents consistently still tend to do pretty well. And like the expected goals for is nice, although in the public, you guys, the information isn't as strong as, like, we have models that will take into account passes and was it on the rush and things like that. And so, you know, we have access to information that people building public models who do a great job, they just don't have access to. But, you know, if you just, you know, over time, there aren't many teams that consistently outshoot their opponents and aren't strong teams. And that's just, if you had nothing but that, you would have a pretty good sense of where to start in terms of understanding, you know, who's a strong team and who's not.
Fair enough. Because at the end of the day, scoring chances become the biggest factor of all, right?
I still
absolutely, but those shots are tied to scoring chances. Like in the end of the day, like, you know, if you looked at scoring chances, you'd see we're a pretty good scoring chance team. People don't always think of it that way. But, you know, you spend enough time around the net, things happen, right?
Yes. Sorry, Yorkie.
Yeah. No, I still love the old tried and true because it gives you a little bit of old school and a little bit of new school. I love percentage of battles, one-on-one battles won. I love that stat. It just, to me, especially in the playoffs, Tyler, like I just think it's so important.
It's actually funny you bring that up. Like, we've looked at that, and like we actually – you know, we have a guy, Will Carrier, who's unbelievable.
I love him.
Yeah.
He that must have been a nice feeling for him coming from Vegas and beating Vegas. Like, wow, what a feeling for him. But yeah, like what a great ad for you guys. Just a character fourth line guy that was huge in the playoffs for you guys.
Yeah, no, he's tremendous. It was actually really cool. I don't know if this came across in the TV broadcast, but when they were announcing our lineup before the first game in Vegas, they booed all of our players except for Will Carrier, who they cheered. So I think you have to give the Vegas fans, even the big games, they still remember their guys, which I thought was pretty neat.
100%.
So Tyler, you came from like an unconventional background, like law background, blogger. You did some freelance journalism. You're now an executive within the league. You get your name on the cup. You took a lot of heat early on in your career when you went to Edmonton from like some journalists and stuff, some naysayers. I just want to know, now that you've won, you're at the pinnacle of the sport, did you keep receipts?
Yeah. So yes.
Yes. Probably. I don't know, man. You know, like I don't know. What can I say? I figured I had some good ideas even when other people didn't. And, I still think that, and winning the cup is kind of, my contribution to it is, evidence maybe of that. But yeah, I don't know. What can I say? Yeah, sure, I remember, but it's not why I did it, or why I want to do this, or I'm just happy to be part of a group that went on and did this together. And that's kind of really more than proving anyone wrong or whatever. I'm just happy to be part of a group that did this.
Taking the high road, I love it.
Is there when all the players are in the locker room celebrating, are you and some of the management just sitting somewhere else having a cigar or anything?
Nah, we were down in there. It was a pretty good. It was a pretty good show. So you want to be in there. I wrecked my lucky Stanley Cup winning shoes because there was champagne all over the floors. So it was you want to be in there, and that's kind of again, like, we're a team, right? And everybody on the team, like, that's actually, again, you talk about Rod, like, that's something that he really hammers home all over and over. It takes everyone, everyone matters, everyone's part of it. And it's special to be in there with everybody who, did the work to, whether on the ice, off the ice, to put us in that position.
Tyler, did you guys go saw goggles? Did I see, like, you guys didn't have goggles on?
Some of the young guys did. I'm old enough that I'm just staying out of the way of this. But yeah, there was definitely guys in there who were like, I don't need goggles. And yeah. You know what? I'm sure that nobody was feeling any pain. So it looked pretty good. But yeah, no, for me, I'm just like, I'll just stand back and I'll stand in the 45-year-old section. or you're getting less champagne in your face.
What's everybody gets a day with the cup? Like, what would you anticipate doing?
It's a great question. It's actually like, assuming I do, I hope I do. I'm just excited to share it with a lot of people, like the town we live in, I live in New Jersey because I used to work for the Devils. And like the support that we got from the town around town as this was going on was unbelievable. So I'm excited to take it there. I'm excited to have, family and friends and a bunch of people come in. It's really you don't do this like, if you're someone on the team, you're not doing this without your 22 teammates. If you're on the staff like me, we're not accomplishing this without the players and everyone around us. And then you don't get to this position without a lot of people helping you. So for me, it's just kind of exciting to share it with a lot of the people who helped me over the 40 years or whatever that I was kind of into hockey. So that's really what I think it'll be, is just a chance for all the people who were with me or gave me a push along the way to sort of celebrate it and enjoy it themselves.
Awesome stuff. You built a hell of a program in Carolina. Congrats on the Stanley Cup. And as always, it's cool to watch the banner raising, which I'm sure you're excited for. So enjoy your summer of, I don't know if you're going in any fountains with OV type style, but enjoy your summer, Tyler.
Again, I'm 45, man. So
you're not that old, Tyler. Come on, 45 is young.
I'd be in the 100%. I'd be in the fountain. Take care, my friend. We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good summer. Talk soon.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler. Congratulations again.
Tyler Dellow, a member of the Stanley Cup champion Carolina Hurricanes.
If people haven't seen it, they have to go and find that clip on TSN Toronto Radio with him and Steve Simmons. It was fantastic.
What's going on?
It's just a good analytical debate. It was great.
The two of them were debating?
Yeah. Well, it was just like back and forth. Like Simmons was old school. Tyler was the blogger at the time. And it was good. It was good. Entertaining. Good entertaining radio.
Kind of like the
old school, new school.
Kind of like the old Billy Madison debate. Remember Billy Madison when they debated?
Smoked it.
No, I lost both of you on that one, didn't I? Well, you've never seen Billy Madison.
Can you just name a movie in the 2000 from 2010 on that's not
it
a
was
sequel?
over when they went business ethics. Billy Madison was a winner. Anyways, what am I going?
Can we bring Tyler back?
Tyler, how modest. Of course he's getting a day with the cup.
Yeah, I know. It's just there's so much going on right now. Like they haven't been told. It's usually at the end when all the players get to pick their anyway.
Crazy offseason though to start right? Like
and those
so
guys
going on right now.
There's no time, right? You just saw there's a Simon Nemec trade today. Obviously Brady. There's been is it Marchenko and Werenski that's being rumored right now?
Yeah, Frank Saravelli's kicking around Marchenko and Werenski's names. Yeah.
Columbus is going to they're not trading Werenski.
They're talking about stripping it down because those guys only have, I think Marchenko has a year left, I believe, and I think Werenski has 2. So it's just Rick Bowness got re-signed to come back, right, for next year. Well, that's it too. Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna take away the like Werenski got Hart Trophy votes last year.
You just coached the team you got, Yorkie.
Does Bones want to go into a rebuild? He's a good teacher of the game. I honestly don't think Columbus is that far off. I really like how they play. I would be adding if I were Columbus instead of stripping it down. Like when do they?
I guess it depends though. It's one of those situations though. It's like having an asset like Drake Batherson, where it's like if you can't have extension talks with Drake Batherson, you have to make a decision. Do you ride him to unrestricted free agency? Because that's exactly what Columbus is faced with Marchenko right now, and he's. What do you have? Like almost 30 goals, 70 points.
Yeah, I like him. I like Marchment.
Oh, great shooter.
If I was the Sens, there's a guy I'd be interested in.
And there's the segue.
He's a big horse, Graham.
Oh, he's huge. Can skate.
Love to see him in the playoffs. Like I don't think he's a bona fide top line player, but I think he's a great top 6. And even I think get that guy in the playoffs, he'd be a really good player. Who wouldn't want Werenski? Are you kidding me?
Wow. Getting an arm of the leg for him.
In Ottawa, I'm just throwing, you can tell me I'm an idiot after. I'm okay with this. You've already got Jake Sanderson as your number 1 lefty.
Yes.
You can't really add Zach Werenski.
If you do, you're getting rid of Thomas Chabot.
And by the way, make the same amount of money, basically, right? It's nearly 10 million. And I get it, but Zach Werenski's going to want top power play, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know that there's enough pucks for Sanderson.
You probably devise a power play with both Sanderson. And you know what? Jake Sanderson, to me, he's good on the power play, but I think he's even better. And I've heard this from Sean Donovan used to tell me this all the time. He's like, the biggest high Jake Sanderson gets out of playing hockey is shutting down the other team's top line. Like, he thrives on that. Give me Connor McDavid. Give me Nathan McKinnon. Remember that game against Colorado?
Yep.
How well, like, Sanderson to me is one of the best, because it's different now. In the old days, a shutdown defenseman was like a big, tough guy. Now it's like a guy that can skate, a guy that's smart, a guy that's got a great stick. Give me Jacobs, give me Slavin, Sanderson. Those are shutdown defensemen. So I think he'd be fine being on the second power play. Like, he's already got, it's not like he needs to go out and get points. He's already got his contract. He's a great player. The NHL's changed now too. It's every team rolls with 4 forwards on the power play. Some teams even have 5. Like, it's totally different. And
I think Sandy's a consummate pro. Like, he'll do whatever is in the best interest of the team. Like,
100%.
If it would be where it's
not if someone gets in your ear. That's the only issue.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, he's busy. Like, he's busy taking cold tubs, taking care of his body. Look, he's going for a walk in the forest.
I don't think you should dismiss that. Anyway,
he wants to win. Jake Sanderson wants to win. That's what he cares about. You're going to bring in a player that's going to, I'm not saying Werenski's coming in, but you do whatever it takes to win. And he strikes me as a guy that's going to help the team. Yeah. I'm good. I just
think they have too many holes up front. I think, like, if you have so much draft capital that you want to move to address needs, I think you're looking up front. And Werenski, if Brady Tkachuk's worth 3 first-round picks in the second, Werenski's values significantly more than that.
Graham, so if they're talking about that, Wally and Graham, Boone Jenner is a UFA. Like,
so
what's going on with him? Like, if they're not going to, if you're hearing rumors of you can get Boone Jenner for free. Like, is he hurt? Like, what's going on with him?
No, he's on the market.
He's a good player.
Okay, but all right, fair enough. 6'2", 208 pounds, 33 years old. My question is, I actually want to come back to a player you brought up earlier, Yorkie.
Yeah.
With the loss of Brady, you have a loss of physicality in your lineup. You don't have right now a regular everyday, I'm not going to say tough guy, just that physical edge, right? Like, that Brady brought. So another Columbus player that you brought up that I'm leaning more towards, even though I don't know that he's a necessary fighter.
No.
Mason Marchment.
Like the player a lot. Big, strong, power forward, 20-goal scorer. Yeah, I love this guy on my team. And to talk to smart guys in the game, Kyle Dubas is on the record saying he was asked, I think we talked about this a couple shows ago, that's one of his biggest regrets, getting rid of this guy. Yeah, he'll fight, but he's more of a guy that just plays hard, plays on the edge, and has some offense, and the guy you want when it gets tough. Injuries are a little bit of a concern, but I love this guy on my team. I think there's going to be a lot of teams, though, that are going to be in the market for this guy, because like we've been talking about the last couple of weeks, it's a thin free agent market. Like, we were talking about your boy there in Seattle, Bobby McCann there, whatever his name, Bobby McCann. He just signed a 6-year, 5-year deal, so he's off the market.
I know.
Like, with the cap going up, everyone's just signing their guys. So if this isn't true, if this is in fact true that Columbus is going in a direction, like, all of a sudden, like, man, I'd be like, Columbus has a ton of guys. A guy I really like on Columbus, who's an RFA, Graham, and I talked about him yesterday. I'm great friends with his dad. He hasn't yet hit his peak as a player, is Cole Sillinger. He's a really good player. Like, let's say you wanted
he had a really good rookie season, and I don't know why, but he kind of fell off after that. And I can't.
Well, you bring in. Yeah. It's all about opportunity, offensive opportunities. And that's what people don't understand. They always say, well, this guy didn't put up any goals. Well, his power play time goes away. You bring in Fantilli, you have Marchenko, you have different pieces, and all of a sudden you're not getting power play looks anymore. You're on the second unit where you get 20 seconds instead of 1:40. He is just, Cole Sillinger's a really competitive 6'2", great skater, great shot. We talked about this the other day. How would he look in an elevated role? Like, that's again, you go back to the Logan Stankoven thing with Carolina. Good teams, good scouts, good hockey departments know how to cherry pick these players, and you got to get them when they're going just before they're going to pop, and that's the secret. That's the secret. That's the secret, and especially if you're a Canadian team now, you got to do your due diligence and find these guys and try and acquire these guys. Drafting, you never know. It's a crapshoot. You're drafting 18-year-old kids. I feel sorry for the scouts. You just don't know. But you see guys for a few years in the NHL now, you know. And then if you're really smart, you can tell that that they have another level, and then you try and get these guys.
Quickly, just into the chat. I'm not saying Mason Marchment's replacing Brady Tkachuk.
No,
I'm just saying they need that type of player in their lineup.
Yeah.
And right now, they now need 2 top 6 forwards. One more thing, we can move on to a different topic about, I'll say the toughness, the physicality, because Tyler Kleben, as much as I love, he's not the Brady type of fighter, or is Ridley Gregg.
Yeah. It's a different position. It's a totally different position.
So I'm going to throw out a name. Don't no one. I'm going to duck a little.
You're duck. What's going on? Don't, Wally. Where are you going?
Tyler Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
He's got to stay healthy. I think that's his biggest thing.
You're talking about Bobby
I think he's
Boucher?
He's a talented kid who's had development ruined somewhat by the fact he can't stay on the ice. He's got talent. Like there was that one exhibition game, I think it was this year, where he had an assist. I don't know if it was the final game or whatever, but he did. It was incredible. It was like a great rush, made a nice play, picks up a point. And you're like, that's the guy they drafted. That's exactly what they wanted. And then it's just,
I tell you, I got the Wally. We're not taking Bobby Boucher. We're going.
If he was healthy, I think he could play that fourth line role of the, I'm not going to call him the cop, just a guy that's there that can play and can still drop the gloves and play a heavier game. They just don't. They are a soft team to play against.
They're not that soft.
They're Yorkie. They're soft. Who? Stephen Halliday?
Okay. All right.
Fabian Zetterlund. Like, Nick, give me a fourth. What?
The Senators had the most players.
Don't tell me about hits. You bump a guy, it's a hit.
All right.
I'm talking about physical play.
All right. Who just won the Stanley Cup? Answer the question.
Geez. Let me think.
You're under oath here, Wally. You're under oath. Carolina, right? Who are the big tough guys on those Carolina lines?
They just signed Nick Delorier.
Yeah. Did he play in the playoffs?
I am not talking about. Did Ottawa make it to the Cup final? No.
Okay. Here's the most effective.
You can't get through 82 games going while we're just waiting for the playoffs.
I agree with you on that.
But the first movie I ever saw with Lisa, our first date, was Waterboy.
Can you make that sound again?
Bobby Boucher. The answer to Ottawa's problems is not Bobby Boucher. I'm sorry, Tyler, for calling you Bobby Boucher, but I love The Waterboy. It's one of my favorite movies.
Yorkie, that's the first date Lisa and I went on.
Did you get a kiss in on your first date, Wally?
I don't remember. Probably not.
I can see Wally leaning in the front seat of the Reliant.
It's not the old
she's I'm tired. I gotta go.
So while you're at the water boy, like, what was your move? Did you try the little stretch?
In fact, we went. It was at South Keys, and in the South Keys parking lot, there was like a restaurant, like a bar type. I can't remember what it was.
Denny's.
No, it wasn't Denny's. I didn't have a coupon for Denny's. Whatever
Kelsey's.
this was.
There was a Kelsey's.
I think it was like a Kelsey's. We ended up getting to the movie so late because you couldn't pick your seats then, that we had to sit in the front row.
Oh no! So then you can automatically lean back. Oh, Wally.
Anyway, I don't know where we're at.
So where are we? We're talking about the Carolina Hurricanes. Like, their best line was the Smurfs. Taylor Hall with Stankoven.
Can we talk about the regular season, please?
All right, regular season. Here's the answer to all your troubles, Wally. You want some toughness. If Columbus is selling. If Columbus is saying we're on a different direction, I'm knocking on their door and I'm saying, hello, Matthew Olivier, come over to Ottawa. You're the toughest guy in the league that can play hockey.
100%.
That's the guy I want. You want to replace Brady? Here's what you do. You make a massive deal with Columbus. Hey, you want the 9th overall pick, whatever else you want in this package, and you try and whatever, get the signing rights. Give me Mason Marchment, give me Jason Robertson, and give me Matthew Olivier. Giddy up. Let's go. That more than replaces Brady Tkachuk. Give me the 40-goal scorer of Jason Robertson. Give me my grittiness, my little, what do you used to call Ridley Gregg? He's just a bigger version of Ridley Gregg. He's got that just like a little shithead on the ice. He's perfect. And then give me the heavyweight champ of the league, Matthew Olivier. Bob's your uncle. We're set to go here, Wally.
Bob.
Who's Bob? But don't you guys you look at Columbus has a lot of good pieces. They got Boone Jenner there too. There's a lot of pieces.
Boone Jenner's he's 33. Can we no? I don't want.
Okay, but
they got too many middle six players as is, right? Like their second, third, and fourth lines are all filled.
Think about this. Like speaking of Jason Robertson, is there not a better fit in the NHL right now? Like if I'm Jason Robertson and I'm looking across the NHL, team just lost their number one left winger. They need goal scoring. The sell job is you're going to play with Tim Stützle for the next 6 years of your career, and you're going to have a great time. You're going to have great ownership. The only problem is I'm hearing he wants a lot. I hear there's a 14 in there. But hey, you can do a little RCA.
That's the new market.
Planning.
That's the new market, right? Like we're so accustomed to saying, like $7, $8, $9 million is a lot for a forward.
It's the new market.
Like Kaprizov blew the market doors wide open, right? And then McDavid, same thing. And it's just that's the trend. And $14 million now won't look like $14 million like four or 5 years from now.
If I'm going to overpay a guy, especially what's happened right now, boy, if I could. But I'll tell you, every other team in the NHL wants Olivier on their team. There's going to be a lineup for guys for Mason Marchment. But those, to me, that's my shopping list right there. Give me those three guys.
I still think Ottawa's tough enough, Wally. Like I know you're talking like physical toughness, but like this team battles and grinds, man. Like
Graham, I'm not. This is not about battling and grinding. It's about being pushed around on the ice. And I can tell you, it was discussed in the room. So. Again, which is why they ended up with
Curtis McDermott.
Yeah. Right. And he doesn't play. No, you need to have that element in your lineup, and they don't. And when Florida comes to town and starts running everybody out of the building, what are you going to do then?
What are you going to do?
Tune in for the podcast on Monday.
When Hulkamania runs wild on you, Wally. Have you guys watched the Hulk Hogan documentary? It's unbelievable.
No.
What a life he lived, Graham. Hey, it's on. Do yourselves a favor and watch that. It's good. 3 episodes only. It's not you don't have to invest that much time.
So Yorkie, big day for Brady. Introductory press conference goes on the Pat McAfee show. Did you watch the McAfee appearance?
Didn't watch McAfee. Listened to him while we were waiting to hit our tee shots on 10. I listened to Brady's whole press conference with Florida. You know what? Took the high road, said all the right things.
You mean he lied again?
Okay, you said this the other day, and not to defend Brady, but what do you say before when you're asked? Imagine if he said, "You know what? I want to get traded." Could you imagine the shit story?
No. I didn't have a problem with that. It's I can see people saying he lied to me, and I'm upset about it. And Graham was in the same presser with the day that his exit meeting. Nobody in the room believed what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't
want him. I just don't want him. Like everything he said was in the past tense. I don't want people thinking, "Oh,
I agree."
He went and said this, and he said that, and he said he wanted to be here. No, he didn't. He made everything calculated about being in the past.
Let me ask you guys this, just to play devil's advocate.
Guys, breaking news.
What do you got?
Chris Johnson.
It's done.
Yeah. He's saying it's done.
Well, then
Jake,
you go ahead with it.
Chris Johnson is reporting the Ottawa Senators have acquired William Eklund from the San Jose Sharks.
Oh, that's a good little player.
He's 5'10". He doesn't answer my issues.
You want somebody that's gonna answer the bell. You want Matthew Olivier, don't you?
100%. Yes.
He's so tough. Like guys go looking for quarters when he's on the ice.
They look for a line change.
Get me off the ice. I do not want to fight this guy. I don't want to look at this guy. Just to play devil's advocate, fellas. And I agree with that.
Hold on. Do we know what the trade is for?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Chris
go
Johnson
ahead.
just says the deal's done.
Can we?
I'm just trying to get to the trade. Sorry, Yorkie. Go ahead.
Do we have the details of the trade?
Not yet. But he's got 3 seasons left on his deal, making $5.6 million. He's 23 years old, plays left wing and center.
Really? Yeah.
Where does he play?
I think he predominantly plays on the wing, does he not?
No. Where does he play in Ottawa's lineup? So the last 3 years, he has 16 goals, 17 goals, 15 goals. Career highs 58 points. Last year, he was a minus 31. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, minus 45. Not that that's everything. Trust. And San Jose's been a bad team. But I'm just curious, 5'10", 185, is he a second line left winger? Or is he further down your lineup?
It's a 7th overall. He was the 7th overall pick in 2011 in that 2011 draft. Going back to that draft, trying to see who went first back there. That was the year Owen Power, and then interesting draft. Here's the tricky thing when you trade for guys that have been in the Western Conference. Like you don't really watch them as much as you watch the guys in the East. So it's kind of naive for us to sit here and say what he is, because basically you're looking at his stats. You see him once or twice a year. It's all about opportunity in this league, guys. Like you see what happened in San Jose with the shift of guys they brought in. He was gone from a 7th overall pick to now, when you're continually bad every year, you bring in more top 5 picks, and all of a sudden you're no longer the guy in the first power play. And
you know what they're doing, Yorkie? You know what they're doing? They're
that?
Reuniting Eklund with Zetterlund. Magic. Magic.
Well, listen, I heard Steve talk the other day, and he made a point to bring up in his press conference that he thinks there's more out of Fabian Zetterlund and Warren Foegele, like guys that he thinks can elevate in the lineup.
Well, he needs to hope there is.
Well, I like Foegele a lot as a player. I think he's a really good. He's played on good teams. He's played on bad teams. He's played in the playoffs. Warren Foegele is who he is. He's a really good third line guy. Sometimes play on your fourth. If it's not going well, you can elevate him. I'm just not sure what Fabian Zetterlund is yet. I think he's a really hardworking guy with a heavy shot that takes a little bit too long to get off. That's kind of what I've seen so far. You can get better in that. He's strong on pucks. He works his ass off. I just don't know if he's a top 6. And it's not like he's young. Like, he's not that young. Like, he's not, what is he, a 99, Zetterlund? Like, he's on the other side of 25. So we'll see. Like, it's a new year. Sometimes it takes his track record has always been, once he gets there, it takes him a little bit longer to get accustomed to the situation. But wouldn't that be great if Zetterlund started off this year, if he does start in Ottawa and start scoring? Because that's really what they need when you think about it. Somebody like that you're just not expecting, that you did expect it, and you don't, and now all of a sudden he provides that for you. So you
replace Brady Tkachuk with the aggregate, Yorkie.
No, we're not. This isn't Moneyball.
No, we're not.
It's my only reservation with deals like this, where it's like a 23-year-old. San Jose's rebuilding. Like, they're littered with young talent.
Yeah.
And when they part with a young talent, we don't know what the return is. Maybe it's Jordan Spence and something. Like, who knows?
It better not be. They need a top 6 player. Is William Eklund their top 6 winger?
I don't know. No, well, he's going to get an opportunity depending on what they was traded for.
Again, we same problem last year. They had a bunch of 3rd and 4th line players.
I still like. It's obviously they didn't trade their 9th overall pick for him. It's probably one of their late first rounders they gave up for him with maybe another part. That 9th pick they have is really interesting, because I think that's going to get Steve's going to make us I think he's going to make a splash. This is the first, because you're not replacing Brady Tkachuk with one player. I think it's going to be 2-3 different parts coming in, all that can do different things. To me, Eklund, obviously a skilled guy, wasn't a fit in San Jose anymore, but Ottawa needs some skill. Like this guy does have some skill. He has high-end skill. Playing with the right players, who knows, right?
I will throw in just a small, if you are an old-time Ottawa Senator fan, his agency is run by Mark Gandler.
Oh, Yashin's agent. Yashin's agent.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
I will say Eklund played predominantly with Wenberg and Toffoli. Played almost 200 minutes of 5-on-5 with him. Played a little bit with Kiefer Sherwood and Wenberg as well, but didn't play that much with Celebrini, only 107 minutes.
He plays top 6 minutes at 18:32 without question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know, because I've been kind of looking at all the teams around the league right now that you think might want to make a move, do something, because it's always a disgruntled team that missed the playoffs, and they're going to make some kind of move to try and shake things up.
Well, sorry, go ahead, Yorkie. I apologize.
A player I really like, guys, that has massive high-end skill. I love Gabe Vilardi on the Winnipeg Jets. Like a big right shot guy, Graham, that can score.
Yeah, he's very good.
You put him with a really good center. I don't think the Jets would ever trade him, but just a guy like that, like you always look to teams that aren't happy, want to change things. What went wrong? I'm not saying they'd ever trade Gabe Vilardi, but still kind of youngish, would be a great fit in Ottawa's core. Big guy, good and tight. Like that's the kind of player I'm looking at. Like that kind of guy that can come in. Like that guy could be a 50-goal scorer. Like he's that good. He's that good.
What I like about the Eklund move is that he's 23 years old. His age fits him perfectly with this team's competitive window and core. And it's a piece that you can build with, obviously, moving in the future. But Gabe Vilardi, fantastic player, Yorkie. Fantastic player.
Like my kid used to train in the summer with him a bit.
Great. Listen, he goes to the same physiotherapist I go to. Great guy, great family from Kingston. I think Andy Scott's actually his agent too.
I believe you're correct. Yeah.
Gotta get Andy on the show, Wally. Come on.
So I did reach out to Andy. He's like, maybe if I get a couple players signed, then I'll come on.
He's kind of busy.
I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
I don't believe this to be the 9th overall pick. As then the chat continues to speculate, but it'll be interesting to see what this is for.
No chance. No chance. That's the 9th overall pick.
It might be the 25th, but as we heard yesterday, sitting listening to Steve Staios, they're not making that 9th selection. Like there's nothing that, and I think he repeated it a couple times. Like we're looking to move it. Like we want to improve now.
He said that, and I listened pretty closely.
Well, I was there.
I know, but I listened too. He said that. I thought he said, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, because you were there. I was just listening. Maybe it was lost in translation. He said, we're not done. We're not taking a step backwards. But if the right deal's not there, we know we can get a good player at 9.
No,
that's what he said.
He made a comment earlier about it's very much in play.
But I'm with you. I think they're moving it. I think they're moving it because it's
and
win
Jake,
now.
And Jake, our producer, goes, "Hey, do you want the clips from Staios?" I'm like, "No, we won't need the clips." And now I want the transcript now.
I got the transcript. You just give me a minute.
Yeah, Scott.
Well, you got to go through 27 minutes.
No.
Okay, hold on. I got to take care of 2 things. By the way, we're speaking a lot about the draft coming up and free agency. Don't forget to check out Nation Network, including The Sheet with Jeff Merrick. They're doing, and Pierre Maguire is alongside. They're doing a pre-show and a post-draft show on the Nation Network or on The Sheet. So daily face-off, for the love of God, Brent. Just follow and subscribe to the Daily Face-Off YouTube page, and you'll see all their stuff. Anyway, our good friend, Jeff Merrick, and of course, our other good friend, Pierre Maguire. And this show is always brought to you by Bet365. The worst thing about a hockey season is that at some point every year, it ends. Although if you're on our show, it never ends. There's a lot of time between now and the first puck drop of the season, which feels like an eternity for those of us used to nightly games. The good news is that Bet365 still has plenty of games just not that required. Lacing up your skates at Bet365 Casino. You can choose between hundreds of slots, live tables, and your favorite games. Well, maybe your second favorite game. Must be 19 or older, Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone who has concerns about gambling, visit connectsontario.ca. Terms and conditions apply. Don't forget tomorrow, huge game in the World Cup. Canada back on the pitch, as we say, Yorkie, taking on Switzerland. If Canada wins or draws, if I'm not mistaken, they finish first in their pool.
You are correct, sir. You are correct. Will you be you watching that? You've been watching the World Cup, guys?
A little bit.
Where I can. I'm just watching Lionel Messi just light it up.
Yeah. You watch Canada, like you dress up like in a soccer outfit with the shorts and the long socks and the cleats.
The pulled up socks?
No, I do not.
There's a visual nobody needs.
I'll give you guys a terrible visual. So back when my daughter played soccer in Canada, JR of radio fame used to coach my daughter and dress up for the game with the long socks, the cleats, and the long soccer shorts every single game. And I can't get that visual out of my head. Like, who's dressing up as a soccer? Come on, you're coaching like 7-year-old kids.
Sharks get 9th overall from Friedman. Senators are also getting a couple of prospects. The Senators wanted a talented, young, offensively skilled player. They get one. San Jose gets 2 picks in the top 10, according to Elliot Friedman.
So they're getting Ottawa.
So the Sens officially announced the trade. It says they've acquired William Eklund and Kasper Halttunen and the rights to Brandon Svoboda in exchange for the 9th overall pick in the 2026 NHL
draft. So there's more pieces. It's just not one player.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know much about the other players, so tough to comment on that right now.
That's interesting, as we like to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's your phone. Halttunen is a right winger. He was a 2nd-round pick, 36th overall in 2023. He played in the AHL last season, scoring 16 goals and 35 points. Played junior hockey in the OHL for the London Knights.
Brandon Svoboda, is he at Boston U? He is 2nd round, 59th overall in the 20. No, sorry, wrong guy. My apologies. Stand by. I don't know why I wouldn't. 3rd round pick, 71st overall. He's at Boston U. What else can I tell you? Not much.
That's the problem. That's the problem when you're looking at guys that haven't played yet, and you're just basically going off a scouting report off each. Obviously, Ottawa these other guys.
He's 6'3", 209.
Yeah. So they're seeing something in the prospect that they think this guy's going to turn into a big game player. But Eklund's interesting. Like, that's the thing. I haven't watched him a lot in the last couple of years. I knew when he came into the league, he was supposed to be a big time player. And then all of a sudden you get the 2nd overall pick and Celebrini, and then it's his team. And then you get another pick, and what's the name of his running mate there in San Jose that plays, I'm forgetting his name right now, that plays with Celebrini.
You got Misa. Misa's there.
Oh, Michael
Misa. Yeah. They've had so many big picks lately that you kind of get, you don't get the touches, you don't get the looks. So, yeah, we'll see.
So the reaction isn't favorable in the chat.
Well, because that's anytime you make a trade with a Western Conference team, if it's not a legitimate guy, like a star, like, who is this guy? I don't know much about that guy. I'm always of the opinion, give it a little time to breathe, see what the guy's like, and go from there. But on paper, yeah, it's like prospects are never going to do it for anybody. But for sure, there's something in these prospects that Ottawa really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so Brady Tkachuk for Eklund.
Well, you still got the other first rounders too coming up.
I know.
Yeah.
But now they're sitting 25 and 32.
Like, I'm thinking that, but I'm thinking that 9th overall pick is going to be, and I will admit, I haven't watched William Eklund play a lot. It's just, man, I was hoping for more.
For sure. I bet you that's the consensus from a lot of people because you don't have a familiarity when you talk about the San Jose Sharks. No one's talking about William Eklund.
I know. And I may eat my words 100%. And he's played 18 and a half minutes a game. Like there's probably more there than I realize. I just was hoping for an impact player.
But the offensive impacts are actually pretty strong. Just looking at the underlying data for his like analytics, but not a goal scorer either, right? Like he's more of a passer, playmaker, very skilled, but he fits the mold of what they have a lot of already. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's interesting. For someone maybe with a little bit more finish, but I like the age. Like the age is good. 23 years old, offensive aptitude. You look at it like wins above replacement, goals above replacement value. He actually outproduced Brady in terms of the value.
Damn it! I want to know his one-on-one battles, Graham.
Well, so the name
that's private data.
Yorkie, I need you to get to the analytics vault in the basement.
I don't know. This is the thing with the Sharks, and the name I was forgetting was Will Smith. You talk about Will Smith, talk about Celebrini. Eklund, the fourth leading scorer, he did throw up 53 points last year. This guy, it's not like this guy's a slug or anything. This is a skilled player. This guy is a top 10 NHL draft pick. The problem is, played in San Jose, non-playoff team. Team hasn't been in the playoffs in a long time, so there's no familiarity with this player till he gets here, until he plays. I'm going to reserve judgment until I watch him play a little bit more because you can't. For me, I'm not going to carve a guy if I haven't watched him enough.
I know, and he's an instant player. Like he's a bona fide NHL player. He's not a 9th overall hope and pray and see what happens. So I understand that. Like you insert him in your lineup right away. I get that.
Like I would say for me,
I wanted a finisher and I wanted some size, and that may still be coming. I just don't think they have that goal scorer they need.
Some people might say this is a Fabian Zetterlund type play. No, it's not. This guy is a top 10 pick that came in with some pedigree and is supposed to be an upper echelon player in the NHL. For Zetterlund, he's a guy I think that, again, he remains to be seen for me. So we'll see. I'm intrigued to know more about the two add-ins to this deal, because you're not just giving away the 9th overall pick for Eklund, at least not in my opinion. So I want to see more from and do a little more.
Yeah. You know what you need to call? You got to call Andreas Johansson or Magnus Arvidsson and get the lowdown on these guys.
We'll have it Thursday for you.
I'll reserve. Like he was a first round 7th overall pick in 2021. So I still think with the cap space, something else will happen. I'll see July 1st.
You got cap space. Ottawa's in a very luxurious position where you have room to go out and buy somebody. I still think, I think we've been looking in the wrong basket. I think it's the RFA basket. I think you can target some RFAs with other teams, and you can trade some pieces with those first round picks. Like you still have some draft capital. And you've got room. You've got room to pay a guy.
But those RFAs have to agree to the deal.
Hey, money talks, Wally.
Money
talks. I just like when you look around the NHL, and I'll give you a perfect example, because you talk about, like, I've heard Jason Robertson's name connected to the Montreal Canadiens. If I'm Jason Robertson, why would I want to go to the Montreal Canadiens? Because their first power play is set in stone. Like, why would you change that first power play in Montreal? Who are you taking off?
Well, if you've got Jason Robertson, are you taking anybody off? Like, I don't care who they're going to see.
They have one of the best power plays in the NHL.
Okay, but it's going to get better if Jason Robertson's on it.
But they're about to overpay Demidov because they gotta sign him. So you're going to give him a brand new contract. You're not taking him off. You're not taking Cole Caulfield off. You're not taking Suzuki off. And they love Slafkovsky, and so it's for me, it's not a fit. Like, it's easy to say that players don't want to go to a team, but sooner or later, there's not enough teams when you're looking at around the NHL that say, well, Florida, they're not going to they don't have the cap space. Tampa's an interesting option because they need to get better. They're going to have some room. Like, that's going to become a destination. It was, and it seems like Florida's getting all the pub now, but I think Tampa is going to be a team that makes a major move. But there's not there's not that many destinations where these top players are like, yeah, I got to go there. Like, so in Ottawa, you just got to sell yourself. Like you gotta jump out there and be aggressive.
Did you read this quote already from Steve Staios?
No.
Graham?
No, I haven't read it. I see it I see Jake posted it.
Steve Staios saying William is a dynamic and skilled forward who plays with a competitive edge. We're excited to welcome him to the Senators organization, and he will fit in well with our core group of players. So
there you go.
Isn't he I haven't seen him enough. I've seen him a little bit, but is that like a Nick Ehlers comp, like fair?
Probably.
I couldn't tell you.
Probably a good comp. Like here's one for you guys. Like you look at the Anaheim Ducks, for example. People in the hockey world have no idea how good Leo Carlsson is. If I told you Leo Carlsson was one of the best players in the NHL, people would say I'm crazy.
No, they wouldn't.
Well, the casual fan.
I think he had the coming out party this year, Yorkie. I think most people.
But you talk to the casual hockey fan that's getting outraged on Twitter. They know a little bit, but that's the thing with the West Coast. Like you don't get the name recognitions because it's out of sight, out of mind. It's the truth.
Okay, so I'm gonna. There's one. I want to have one question about Brady before we go. But if I were to say like Claude Giroux last year was a 50-point guy.
Yeah.
The last 2 years he's been a 50-point guy, which is exactly where William Eklund falls under. Yeah. And we've all thought that Claude Giroux was playing pretty well. And 2 years ago he was making $6 million.
Yeah. Hey, what's Eklund's contract, fellas?
5.6.
How many more years? Next 2 years.
2 years, 3 years. I'll double check.
28, 29. So he'll have 3 years as an Ottawa Senator before he becomes an RFA.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, what it gives you an upgrade on your skill, like, because you're always wondering with Tkachuk out now, it's like who plays on your left side in a skill position, because you have your right side, you have Batherson, you have Giroux, your centers are set, but there's, after Ridley Gregg, like where's your skill on the left side when you really look at it? So I think that's an area that
they need one more player.
There's another guy coming. Like I said, you don't replace Brady Tkachuk with one player. This is the first domino to fall. You brought in a guy that's top 6 talent. For me, and we talked about it earlier on the show, I'm now looking for some talent with some sandpaper.
Yes, need some snarl.
So that's why I keep talking about a Mason Marchment, a guy like that.
But okay, so are you okay if your left side is Mason Marchment and William Eklund as your top 2? And I don't know what that means for Ridley Gregg. So maybe your top 3.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And then I bring in another piece. I still want Olivier. Can you bring that guy on my team?
Yes, give me that.
Give me Olivier. Like he makes everybody 2 inches taller.
Alex Tuck and Olivier, and we'll call it a day.
Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll get Robertson. I don't know. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done. Like, I think this is the first domino. I think there's more to come.
Okay, I have one question before we go just on Brady, because I don't want to have another show. What do we feel now that, knowing that he fully requested the trade, do we feel any different about the player? This wasn't listen, I got 2 years left. I'm not going to re-sign. If you want to find something, this was a full-on, I want out.
Was it? Like Steve said, he requested to be traded. Like
Steve, Yorkie, stop. You know better. If you request a trade, you don't want to be in the lineup. And as soon as a player requests a trade, they get moved because you don't want him in your room.
I agree. I agree with that. I'm just wondering if it was I'd like to move, and if he can do it, I'd be happy with it. Or is it, I want to be moved?
This was as a trade request.
Okay, so he requested the trade.
He wanted out. I can't make it any clearer. He wanted out of Ottawa.
Yeah. Why do you think he wanted out though?
To play with his brother.
We
talked about this. We talked about this before he jumped on, but like, to me, reading his quotes this morning, listening to him during the introductory press conference, Yorkie, to me, this strikes as a guy who's just about building his brand. It has nothing to do with anything. He gets to go to a competitive market in Florida where he's just with his brother, builds his brand. He's an ambassador for American hockey. He's promoting that. He's promoting himself. That's all that matters.
Let me play devil's advocate here, fellas. Put yourself in this position. What would you guys do if there were rumors about you that you were fooling around on your wife and that was put out there by whoever, and then you went and won the Olympic gold, and as soon as you came back, you weren't asked about that? Like, there's little things. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, would you feel that you were, I'm not saying all the fans felt that way, but would there be a little bit of a sour taste in your mouth?
So you're going to let a random account on Twitter impact your decision to play
for
your team that you are the captain of for the last 8 seasons?
I'm just asking you the question.
I'm not bailing on a Twitter account. No.
Yeah. Is that how it started, by the way? It was a Twitter account that started that?
Yep.
And then gone.
And then it was just a
burner account. Gone, and then somehow we're all I
was wondering how that started.
But this was a small part, Yorkie. I don't even know that played a real big deal.
I just think there was a lot of little things that turned into big things. I think those things didn't help. I think after the Olympics, when he came back, the way he was greeted didn't help. I think his dad, the way he was putting pressure, going out, and we're all hearing what was going on, didn't help. I think his brother, who's in his ear, didn't help. I think a lot of those things just added up to making him want to request it.
I'm only asking, Yorkie. I didn't even ask about the request. I asked if it changes your perception of the player.
I still see him as the same player. He's a really good power forward. He's a really good power forward.
Not the player on the ice.
The person?
For the love of God, yes.
Listen, a lot of guys have been making this comment. The game has changed, guys. You go back to when I came in the league and before that, players were at the mercy of owners, and it's totally flipped. Every guy thinks like that now, and it's players have now shifted the balance of power in the league. Like, this is going to happen with Austin Matthews next. It's going to happen with him next. He will not be
Connor Hellebuck is on the list now.
They're all doing it. All the players are doing this. So does it make me feel, I don't know, Brady?
They're not all. I mean, wait a sec. Not all players. Let's not lump Jake Sanderson or Shane Pinto in the same conversation, because they're not doing it.
And Staios is quick to point that out. I think like this is a very unique situation with the player who's got cachet, he's got a podcast, he's got a brother and a Hall of Fame father now who are just constantly in his ear applying pressure. He's telling everybody under the sun that Brady is going to leave Ottawa.
It's crazy.
Over the last few months. It's just like, it's not. I think it's unique. I don't think this is like a problem or thing that's going to pervade like the Senators dressing room. And I don't want, like, people should be panicked about having American-born players or naming Jake Sanderson as the next captain because he's American. Like, let's just like put all that to rest, because I think this is a very unique situation. I think Steve correctly asserted that during his availability yesterday.
For sure.
The one issue I'll put it to you this way: he didn't leave because the team was shitty.
No, team's good.
No, they're on the upswing.
He left for his brand, and probably that's the issue. I think that most people have. Like, if you let, like, Dylan Larkin's, like, man, it's been 10 years, we're not getting anywhere. You know what? It might be time to go somewhere else. This wasn't that case.
An executive for the Stanley Cup winning franchise was on our podcast at the beginning of the show and referred to the Senators as one of the 5 or 6 best teams in the league this season. They just needed the goaltending.
Yeah, and they got.
Think about that for a second, and you're jumping ship at this point with term left on your deal, just to play with your brother in the States. I know there's like a lot of noise, Yorkie, and there's just tons of distractions. I think like Brady brought some of those on himself. And I think like that's the important thing. That's the important thing to keep in mind. It's like, yeah, like a burner Twitter account spreading some like vile stuff about players and their families online is just dog shit. It's awful. It's horrible. It's horrendous. But like, he brought some of that on himself too.
I'm okay if players leave. That happens all the time. We've seen it like a million times. Okay. When the team says, hey, we're going to commit to you for whatever amount of time, and we're going to give you the no move, because you are like, the fans are the ones, and I get management gets to change their minds because they're pieces on a puzzle. They're just trying to figure out how to make a winner. But the fans are the ones being asked to get involved, to buy the jerseys, to get the autographs, to support these guys, to buy the tickets, and to cheer on the player themselves, to meet them, to cheer them on. And so you invest emotionally in these players. And that's why it sucks when that player goes, I don't want anything else to do with you. I'm done.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I experienced with my era when Yashin didn't want to be here. Like, he refused to play for the team, and it was when he came back, he was public enemy number one. I remember in the stands, fans had changed the name from Yashin. They put the C for Cashin with the $, and it was a bitter divorce at the end. So do I feel different? Yeah, it's a totally different league now, guys. It's a totally different league. The players with the no move clauses, they have all the power. Like, if you Yashin, you requested a trade, we're not trading you. You're going to sit all year. That's what used to happen. Like, the balance of power was totally in favor of ownership and GMs, right. And now it's just switched that way. But that's what happened when the NHL changed their model. They decided to not promote the whole team, to just promote 3 or 4 guys. But when you do that, you put a lot of power into some very young individuals that might not make the best decisions all the time. And you have to, as an organization, you have to pray and hope that all your players have the same mentality of a Sidney Crosby or a McKinnon, that just like all they care about is hockey and winning and nothing else. But that's changed now, guys. Like, there's a whole new world of endorsements and betting apps and podcasts, and it's totally different now. So, like, I don't think Sid's going to be starting his own pod soon or stuff like that. But he's old school. He's got old school in him. The new school guys think differently. And to each their own. That's what makes the NHL so interesting now. It's got way more personality in it. And people want it, right? Everybody wants it until you get too much of it. Then you're like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that personality.
Mm-hmm. I should say too, before, go ahead. Finish your thought on that. Wally.
No, again, like, I understand players leaving all the time. Sometimes it just doesn't go like, I just think it was shady.
I honestly think in the long term, it was clear that the dressing room was becoming divided. That You've heard things, I've heard things. And if you look at what wins every year, look at that Carolina model. Rantanen did not want to be in Carolina. You move on, you bring in pieces, and you get the guys that want to be there. And it makes your group stronger. It really does. It really does. It galvanizes your group. And the key is to you got to keep your top guys happy. Top guys are happy. You're always going to have your bottom guys bitter. I always say this about hockey. This is the key. You got 3 groups. You got your 1/3 of your stars. You got your middle, and then you got your players that are always bitter. You got to make sure the bitter guys don't get the middle guys and drag them to everyone. Then you have a hostile takeover, Graham. you got to keep 2/3 happy.
I will say, so I mentioned earlier in the show reservations about always adding young players on rebuilding teams that are looking to move those players. It makes sense within the San Jose realm, because if they draft Stenberg number 2, he's going to be a top 6 guy. He bumps Eklund. So that creates the flexibility to move him. And then they can use that 9th overall pick to go get a defenseman, bolster their prospect depth. So it makes a lot of sense on both sides.
So this is the thing we've been talking about the last couple of days, Graham. This is now Sens scouting staff, Sens decision makers, finding the player that's played well that you think is going to pop. we'll see if Eklund's that guy, because that's what they're obviously betting on, right? Is they found something that I'm saying only, it's a reasonable contract. He's got some attributes that have led the Senators to believe that this guy could be a top player. And that's why I'm saying, before people make judgment on it, I want to see the player play a little bit more in this environment.
I think there's probably maybe a little apprehension in the market just because they use that draft capital. Like that 9th overall pick was like the big bullet, right? And it's like, get a proven dynamic talent with that pick, and remains to be seen, right? You're hoping you get that with Eklund, but he's got the pedigree, he's got the skill set to do it, but he's never scored 20 goals in the league, and this team needs goals. I think like that's a concern. If he's a skilled playmaker who has maybe a little bit more offensive aptitude, maybe he can pop. Maybe he can pop with the right player, but it's going to be a matter of fit. And can you play two playmakers together? Will he play with Timmy? Will he play with Cousins? Like that's the big question. Yeah.
Well, you don't like Dylan Cousins, so
I love Nick Cousins. Come on.
Yeah. By the way, on Twitter, on the interwebs, you can see a great goal by William Eklund. I've had it sent to me about 3 times. I just haven't gotten it in the show.
Seen that one.
Also, the one big question we now need to be answered is he wears number 72. Well, he's not getting 72 in Ottawa.
7's available.
That's what a lot of people are throwing into the chat. That'd be kind of entertaining. Anyway.
Jordan Kyrou has just been dealt to the Washington Capitals, according to LA.
What?
Yeah. So do we know for what?
Not yet. It just literally got posted like seconds ago.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We're way over time here. We're like,
well, Yorkie,
everything's breaking, Yorkie, when we show. It's crazy.
I think my computer is running out of batteries.
Well, I gave you a cable. Did you not?
Can you guys still see me? I think I'm running out of power.
You're breaking up.
We're just gonna have to turn this into the Wingman pod where you guys record from the same room like the Tkachuks.
No, we don't. All right, gentlemen, we'll see you. A big show Thursday.
Big show. Mike
Rupp is going to join the show now. Well, he's scheduled to join the show. If you know, he covers the New York Rangers. We will ask him about Alexis Lafreniere and his fit in Ottawa, and does it change now with William Eklund being part of the program?
Tune in Thursday, and you'll find out.
See you, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.